Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Yes, it's the older man again, and today I'm back with one of my most popular segments, Let's Talk Money.
Let's talk money. Let's talk money. Let's talk money. With the older man, he's got the wisdom, honey. Remember, whenever you're in doubt, always ask an older man, he'll show you the right route.
Yes, gentlemen, we know one thing is absolute certain in this life. If you have your health and you got your money, everything else just falls in place, right? So today we're going to be addressing the issue of marriage and money. I want to keep you guys motivated. I want to keep you guys on your toes. You cannot rest when there's money out there to be made, my friends. And so, gentlemen, we have to make sure that in our later years, because I know a lot of you all that are watching me, you are on the second half of life. Let's put it that way. We have to be very cognizant of the moves that we make at this point in our life, because we don't have a lot of time to make up for any mistakes that we make right now in order for us to actually enjoy the latter part of our life. And I say this because over the last 2 weeks, I've gotten 2 messages from older gentlemen who are in great shape, who have decided to take on the task of helping or being with women who are out of shape in their later years. And one of the gentlemen asked me, 68-year-old gentleman asked me what I would do if I was involved with an older woman who had health problems. She couldn't get around a lot. And he's only been with her just under a year, but her problem seems to be getting worse. He said he felt guilty, but he still wants to go out and be active. He wants to travel. He wants to do stuff. He's taken care of his health. He's exercised all his life. And he basically saying, what would you do in this case? She's a nice woman, but I really feel that she's not capable of being there with me in my later years to enjoy the latter part of my life. And I said, oh, my friend, you have put me in a moral dilemma. You're asking me to answer a moral question. Oh, because that's what he's doing. He knows the answer, right? But he's asking me, what would you do in this situation? Would you be the asshole and leave the woman? Or would you stay with her because she's a nice woman? Here's my response, gentlemen. If you are ever in this situation, this is a problem that we're going to see in the black community a lot more. Because for some reason, a lot of our black queens have ignored the gym and have ignored exercising and have over the last 2, 3, 4 decades. All they've focused on is that fat ass, big titties, trying to look all juicy. Guess what? That is called being unhealthy. That's what that is. So in your latter years, 50s, 60s, 70s, those hips are going to go. Those hips that have been carrying around that big ass, you're talking about hip replacement surgery. You're talking about knee surgery. You're talking about heart problems. You're talking about high blood pressure. You're talking about diabetic problems. What happened to the men who've taken care of themselves, hitting the gym, when he's gone through those hard times, when life has kicked him in the nuts? What does a man do? What do we tell every man to do? Boss, hit the gym, work it out, get over it. Every time a man goes through a stressful situation with a woman, what does he do? He invests in the gym. Get your money up. Get your fitness up. That's what men have been doing. So what are we seeing? Men now saying, listen, I put all this effort into taking care of myself. She's not fit. She can't come with me on those trips, on the hikes, etc., etc. So I had to ask him 2 questions. I said, number 1, would that woman that you're with be there for you right now in this age if the dick didn't work, if your hip was out, you had heart problems, you had diabetic problems? Would she be with a man like you? And I could say without a doubt, if she was a healthy woman, it would be a 99.9% certainty that she wouldn't, unless you had money, a shitload of money, and she's just waiting for you to die. That's the only way. Tell me I'm wrong, ladies. Would you be with a man, dick don't work, hip don't work, high blood pressure, heart problems, all the other problems? Would you be with any of them? would you be with that man today? Be honest, please. Answer is no. So I said, then there's my answer. She wouldn't do it for you. Why would you do it for her? Now, if that was your wife of 20 years, 30 years, and she's now on hard times, she's going through health issues, that's a woman that has invested in you, my friend. You should never, ever even think about leaving a woman like that. You better be taking care of her day and night. That's the kind of woman you die with, my friend. Okay? But not some woman that you've owned alone less than 2 years. No, hell no. No. So I just wanted to tell you guys that story because it relates to this one simple point. You have to watch these videos on money matters and understand what you have to do in order to be fit financially and fit physically in your later years so that you can actually proceed into enjoying the fruits of your labor. Because it's no sense actually living till you're freaking old and gray and you're broke as shit. You can't even afford to do anything. All right, let's get into the first video. This is what happened to a woman. And I want you guys to just think about these issues.
I am a middle-aged, 60 going on 50 woman who was a single mother for 10 years. I worked 2 jobs to help her get through university so she could have a better life than me. But to do that, I left her alone. And then she ended up with abandonment issues. Yeah, I was making really good money. And yeah, she got her university degree. But when she got the chance, she took it and moved halfway around the world. Now I don't get to see her. I want my relationship back with my daughter. And that's why I'm building this business. I want to be able to travel whenever I want, do whatever I want. I want to rebuild my relationship. I want to make good memories. I want my daughter back.
All of you single mothers, all of you women who think that this single mother life is, oh, I don't need a man, this is your faith. Sure, you might make some money in your early years, but guess what? This is the problem that we now have as you get older. You're lonely as hell. Let's just finish here what she says.
That is my big why. That is, I'm closing the gap. I am doing whatever I have to do to get my daughter back so that I can make good memories, so that I can spend the last 30 years of my life with her, and then I can help her with generational wealth. I can help her build her life so she can afford to take time off and have a grandchild. A relationship with her, that's my why. That's my why.
So she's pushing one of these affiliate marketing crap businesses. They're crap. I've tried many of them over my lifetime, and they're literally Ponzi schemes. So she's fallen into one of these schemes. The only people that make money are the people at the top. All right. So you've learned 2 lessons there. Stay away from affiliate marketing businesses. And number 2, understand that if you leave life until the end as a single mother, this is where the problem come in. Now she's talking about, I want my daughter back. Your daughter has another life with a man and kids. What do you want to do? Go and live with her and interfere with her life? You think the man would want that? There's nothing worse than an interfering mother-in-law who's needy and wants her child's time. No, she has a life to build for herself. Leave your daughter alone. You should have a man now to actually go to the end of your life with, because you're just a lonely old woman. That's it. Ladies, this is your faith if you don't get yourself together with a man. I mean, it's sad. Listen, I can't be a cold-hearted asshole. I'm just saying, this is it. This is not a good sight to see. You know? This woman goes, Selene Moore says, society is in debt with mothers, asking us to raise as if we don't work, and to work as if we didn't raise. There's always a gap. We all are doing the best and most we can do for our kids. I hear you. I'm sorry. You know what she would have been a lot happier saying? I got to share the responsibility of bills and time with the kids with a man. That's what she should have done. That's what my wife does. She works full time, yeah. But you know what? When she gets home in the evening, she got time with the girls. Because I've already taken up all the slack and all the crap that she needs to do. We had a helper for 16 years. She didn't have to come home enslaved. But the reason we had that is because we were both working and we were able to have that comfort. She couldn't have done it on her own. So when I hear, oh, we owe mothers, you owe single mothers nothing. Unless the husband died, that's the only time we owe them. If the man was abusive, that's when we owe them. But not a woman who decides to leave a good man because she's not happy. Man, we're living in such a soft generation of freaking men and women. It drives me insane when I listen to this crap. My mother had 8 kids, raised 8 kids. She raised them to be responsible. But you know what was amazing? She had my father there with her right through till the end. Well, till he died. Well, he died a little sooner than she did, but he was there. And when he was gone, she had built such great kids that she was never alone. Never, ever, ever alone. We knew that every day, one of us had to be there with mommy. It was always, you went and checked mommy today? Did you go and see mommy today? Did you go? Yeah, I did. Okay. Tomorrow I'm going. This weekend. Oh, weekend we all meeting at mommy's. Bam. That's the kind of love my mother had from all of her kids. It never failed. When she was lonely, she went over to one of the kids' house. Just letting you know, guys, it's another way, you know?
East Indian median household income is $124,000 a year. What is the marriage rate in the East Indian culture? 94%. Chinese Asian household income, that's $109,000 a year. What is the marriage rate in the Chinese Asian culture? 61%. White people are number 3 at $81,000 a year, and the marriage rate in the white household today is 57%. Hispanics at $63,000 a year, and the marriage rate in the Hispanic community is 67%. At the bottom of the list are black people. Median household income at $53,000 a year, and the marriage rate is 34%.
That tells you something. That tells you a lot. Now we like to look at these things and people will give every freaking excuse in the book. But the reality of it is there is a correlation and we know that there is a causation. Point is, guys, the black community is the least married throughout the U.S. and throughout most of the Western society. There's a problem there. Let's go on to the next one.
Are you single?
No, sir, I'm married.
How long now?
We've been married 8 years.
How much did you spend on your wife's wedding ring?
Well, the first one I bought, we bought from Walmart because I was on a budget. But the second one I bought from K's Jewelry, so we keep upgrading as every 5 years go.
Really?
Yes, sir.
And how much was the first one?
The first one was like $60 for mine and hers together for the wedding set. But the second set was like $1,500. And then the next one I want to get her gonna be the one of her dreams. Yes.
How much is that one gonna cost?
$13,000.
$13,000. Well, you've already been with this woman for 8 years.
Yeah.
So why even invest $13,000 just to show more commitment, even though you haven't?
It's not about the point about the commitment. It's the point I'm giving her what she dreamed of. Because I'm supposed to be her dream man, right? So of everything that she dreamed of, I'm supposed to give it to her.
Does she give you everything you dream of?
Yes, sir.
Listen, this is a hard one. I can look at it from a cold-hearted economic perspective and say $13,000 on a woman's finger just because she won it is not the best investment ever. But reality of it is that he started off at $60. That showed commitment. That woman was in it for the long run. That woman was there for the right reasons. And as the marriage progresses, if they are building together, then it's not just his money, it's both of their money. And if they can afford it, yeah, why not? Meaning, if they had enough disposable income where they've invested enough and still be able to get $13,000 on a ring, yeah, personally, I don't see why that would make a lot of economic sense, because people who are financially savvy would not spend that kind of money on just a ring. It's not a tax write-off. There's nothing much else you can do with a ring sitting on a woman's finger except for her to go, Oh, look what my husband got for me. That's it. And who she's boasting to? Other like-minded women? Do they really care? No. Oh my God, that's great, girl. That's great. That's beautiful. You guys must be doing well. I wouldn't spend $13,000 on a ring. Just me. What do you guys think? So I want to read a couple of the comments just so you understand the mentality of people. Tress DJ said, the little hop for a glimpse of her, my heart. 11,000 likes. Just doing the chicken things. A lot of hearts and laughing. His little tap in place, then jump was adorable. The point is that everybody likes to get into the feels, the feel goods. They will always freaking love the feel good romantic bullshit. But I still would not invest $13,000 in a ring. And if the woman is smart, and she was smart enough to have just bought a $60 ring and then a $1,500 ring, she should be contented with that. Because, gentlemen, if you keep giving more and more and more in ridiculous amounts.
And the poor stay poor by pretending to be rich. And if we do not fix this level of financial illiteracy, lots of reasons why we are at the bottom of every single economic statistic that matters. We cannot be black and proud and niggers too. White folks are planning for 3 generations, and we're planning for Saturday night. The goal for us is to win, not to look like we're winning. I would rather carry a plastic bag with $5,000 in it than to carry a $5,000 Louis Vuitton bag with $100 in it.
You guys finish that. Let me know.
Before.
Have you ever what?
Have you ever been broke before?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And what do you do for a living out in Atlanta?
Commercial real estate development.
How long have you been in the business for?
25 years.
Now, people think you have to have a lot of money to get started out in real estate. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, unfortunately, real estate's expensive. You do need some money.
What was the most amount of money that you've ever made in a single year?
A couple $100 million.
A couple $100 million.
Yeah.
How did you scale from 8 to 9 figures?
Look, if you go back and look at all the businesses that are really successful, a lot of it has to do with timing.
Have you ever met a billionaire before?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah?
Unfortunately.
What do you notice consistently among billionaires?
They're not as smart as you think.
What do you mean by that?
Everybody thinks because you have $1 billion that makes you smart. What I mean by that is a lot of people get lucky. It's not so much being a billionaire that matters. It's like, do you know the difference between values and beliefs?
What's that?
Beliefs are what you think is true. Values are what you think are important. Focus on the things that are important.
What is the secret to being able to raise capital?
Right now, there is more money out there in the world looking for a good business plan than the inverse. There are not as many good business plans as what you think.
How old are you now?
I'm about to turn 56.
How old were you when you became a millionaire?
55 and a half.
55
No,
and a half.
I'm kidding. But I'll tell you this much. I've been happy for 40 years, and that's a hell of a lot more important to me.
What is the secret to finding that happiness, right? That inner peace inside?
That's a really good question. I mean, that in itself is, so many naysayers will tell you why you can't do it. There's going to be a sale made. Either you're going to buy what they're selling, or you're going to sell them on a bag of goods, which is, I can do whatever I want. Go out there and do your shit.
Thank you so much
What's
for your time.
name?
And James Dumlin, sir.
James?
Now, that's a sharp dude. You know, there's so much to unpack there, but I just thought I'd bring you guys this one thing just to keep you a little bit inspired. But one thing he did say that's absolutely important. A lot of times, to get that extreme amount of wealth, it takes some luck. Now, what's luck? Luck is, and I read this definition a long time ago, and it's simply this. Luck is when opportunity meets preparedness. Now, I've said this in a video a long time ago when I was just bringing videos to you guys. Here's an example of luck. The only definition I believe in is what I just told you. When preparedness meets opportunity. Here's my example. When I first got into real estate, back when I was 24, 25, I used to save my little money from every commission I used to make. I wasn't making a lot, but every time I got paid a commission, I would literally just put away 75% of it. I drove a broken down piece of shit car, duct tape, headlights, that sort of shit, right? And I just kept putting a little bit of money away. So one day, a piece of real estate, prime real estate that was taken over by the bank, came across the office floor. And I remember it distinctly. It was $70,000. $70,000. That was the listing price. That's what they were asking. And everybody went, wow, geez. There was 13 agents in the office at that day. When the agent that was listed it said, man, this is a great deal. If you know any clients that want it, let me know. The second they got out of the door, Everybody's like, wow, man, that's a good deal. That's a good, they're rushing to find clients for this piece of land. I just wrote a full offer, 70,000 cash, closing in 2 days. There you go. And so when the word got around the office that it was already gone, people were at, all the agents are like, who bought it? Who bought it? Oh, Paul bought it. It's like, holy Christ, man. So one of my colleagues came to me like, man, you're so lucky. You're so lucky. Because I had called my banker to try to get some money for me to buy it. I wanted to buy it. And he said, man, you're so lucky. And I just looked at him. I said, you know all those freaking days that every single commission that you made, you literally flew off to South Beach. You're in New York. You're in Atlanta gambling. You're in Vegas. You're freaking kicking it. What did I do, boss? What did I do? I said, nah, I can't go. I can't go. I didn't go. You guys were playing and having freaking fun. You didn't save any money. I saved my little commissions. I was prepared for when the opportunity arose. I was there. 6 months later, I sold that same piece of land for $185,000. That's how much money I had in my cash account thereafter. Simple. Oh man, you're so lucky. No, hell no. I sacrificed my ass. When you guys are partying and playing, I saved my money. When preparedness meets opportunity. So when he says luck, what he's saying is that you have to be prepared when an opportunity arises. Because it doesn't make any difference if an opportunity arises and you're not ready. Get my point? So that's my lesson for you guys. Be prepared.
Don't follow your passion. And if someone tells you to follow your passion, it means they're already rich. And by the way, the person telling you to follow your passion made their billions in iron ore smelting. There are exceptions. Jay-Z became a billionaire rapping and selling champagne. Assume you are not Jay-Z. Our advice? Follow your talent. Find out what you're good at and apply the thousands of hours of grit and sacrifice necessary to become great at it. As you get there, the feeling of growth and mastery, along with the economic rewards, recognition, and camaraderie of being great at something, will make you passionate about whatever it is. You know what makes you passionate about something? That's something giving you the ability to take care of your children, to take care of your parents, to do amazing things, to be more attractive to potential mates, to have people laugh at your jokes because they think you're more interesting than you actually are. These are the accoutrements of success and focus in a capitalist society. I'm not here to crush your dreams. If you want to pursue being a chef or an athlete or a model or an actor, fine, but have a sober conversation with yourself. In these industries, there's a 90+% unemployment rate, meaning that you need to be in the top 0.1% to make a really good living. What does that mean? That means if you chose another industry that had a 90+% employment rate, you just need to be in the top half to make a very good.
Yes. You see, this idea of, oh, if you follow your passion, you'll never have to work again in your life. That is the most biggest pile of bullshit that we have been taught. And it's only told to us by people who've already made it. The problem is everybody always points to, oh, but look at Jay-Z became a millionaire, a billionaire because he loves rapping. Jay-Z is the guy that won the freaking lottery. What do I mean by that? How many people play the lottery every single day? Billions. Let's just say billions, because I'm not just talking about the US, Canada, anywhere else in the world. Billions of people play the lottery. How many you think every day wins the lottery? Yeah, probably a handful. 10, 15. I'm talking about on a daily basis. Okay? Now, the thing is, Jay-Z is one of those out of the billions that won. No one looks at the billions that lost. They will only focus on, oh, but you know, Jay-Z, look at him. Look how successful he is. But no one looks at all the other so-called rappers that we don't even know about. The unheard of ones. And we've seen them. Thousands of them on the internet trying to spit mumble rap and do all kind of crap. The Island Boys. Oh, we were an Island Boy. You're gonna keep that kiss my brother. Yeah, where is he now? Point is, guys, follow your talent. Develop what you are good at. Become great at it. Now, you might not like it, but that's what you're talented at. I always tell you guys, condition yourself to do what you have to do in order for you to do what you want to do. That means that 9 to 5 that you got that's paying the bills and getting you through life for a while, make sure you stick with that so that you don't have to stress about the bills. Because if you're stressing about the bills, you cannot build your passion on the side. You cannot focus on your passion. Because I don't care what you're passionate about. If you don't build talent with that passion, you're screwed. So, guys, yes, think about your passion. Build it in the background while you work with what you're talented at. Because what you're passionate about, you might just be shit at it. That's the cold, hard reality. I've seen that many times. Okay, let's listen to this one because this is a good one. And I'm hoping that this will bring it home about this whole idea behind passion. Let's just have a quick listen.
Parents, if your kids are not yet going to college, pay attention to this. Kids, if you're watching this, maybe you're 16, 17 years old, pay very close attention. Watch what it says here when it comes down to major choice. Many 18 to 22-year-olds base their major choices on personal interest rather on labor market demand and supply gaps. What does that mean? Pursue your passion and everything's going to be perfect. Oh my God, I love art. I'm going to go work at a museum and I'm going to work as art person at this museum making $32,000 a year, but I'm going to love it. But I live in New York and oh my God, my rent is $4,200. Mom, how am I supposed to pay this rent? You chose fine arts as a major. Nobody told you to do so. And by the way, since we're talking about fine arts, let's go to the community of fine arts, the wonderful human beings in America that go and spend $200,000 getting a fine arts degree. I have a couple friends in this industry. I'm sure I'm going to get some nasty DMs and texts, but let's get into it. Here we go. Unemployment rate of recent college graduates in the U.S. as of February 2023 by major. What do you think's all the way at the top? Fine arts got a big lead with 12.1% unemployment. Then it's philosophy. I love philosophy, but not as a degree. Then you have sociology. Then you got family and consumer sciences. Then you got mass media. Then commercial art and graphic design, foreign language, performing arts, public policy.
Oh, God. Yeah. Guess what degree one of my daughters want to take? Philosophy. Like every other woman, right? Guess who's trying to convince her? No. Try another science. Guess who's encouraging her? Well, if that's what she wants to do, that's what she wants to do. My wife. Who's not paying for it? Guess who's not paying out of their damn pocket for it? This guy here. I'm telling you that right now. She will pay for it on her own. 2 years of college. Basic education. That's it. I will cover that cost. But I will make sure that she focuses on something that will give her a better return. She's already saying, okay, I will start to look at business. The so-called highly educated group of black American women, it's all bullshit degrees. Yes, they might be the most highly educated, the most college educated, but most of them have dumbass degrees that do not bring a return on their investment. Can't make this shit up. All right, one more. Let's get into it.
Some people know how to live better than others with or without money. They just sort out and pick a better person to share their time with. You feel what I'm saying? Even if you sleep in a one-bedroom apartment, they may be richer than a rich guy.
That is so true. Of course, coming from a very, very wealthy man, you might think, well, he could say that because, that's 50 Cent. He rich as hell. But you know what? He wasn't always rich. So he's speaking from both trains of thought. And it's a fact. We know that. We know that you don't have to have money to be happy. But it's better to be happy with money than to be happy without money, right? But either way, you need to ask yourself, and this is a philosophical question, how much more happier can you get than happy? Answer that one. I remember asking myself that the first time I tried weed. Yeah, I did try it. I was 36 the first time I tried it. And here's the thing. I didn't feel anything. Didn't feel a thing. And up to today, I have never felt any different. And I've concluded that the reason I don't feel anything is because primarily I'm pretty happy. So I always ask myself, all right, well, so how much happier can I get where I will feel like, oh, I feel good, man. Most of the time, I'm calm as shit. I have a calm disposition. I learned to know how to relax. So after 3 or 4 times, I was like, this don't work for me. I'm good. And the thing is, I know it worked because one thing it did do for me, man, it gave me the munchies really bad. But besides that, I'm like, nah, Not worth it. So, not my thing. So, no alcohol, no weed, nothing. Clean as ever, man. Don't need stimulants to put me in any other state. This is what puts me in a great mood. My mind, talking to like-minded people. That's my drug. Yeah? Having my family, having people around, my friends that love me. These are the things that makes me happy.
I came up with the idea that the happiest people on this planet have four things in common. And the first is they have a cadre of good friends, right? Your friends are your chosen family. Robert Louis Stevenson said, a friend is a gift you give to yourself. Khalil Gibran said, friendship is a sweet responsibility, never an opportunity. Number two is the ability to forgive. Anyone listening, if you're holding bitterness or rancor in your heart against an ex, a friend, a colleague, a sibling, a neighbor, my plea, get rid of it. There was a famous scholar, theologian, author from Germany, Louis Desmarais. He said, to forgive is to set a prisoner free and discover the prisoner was you. Number three is doing things for others. The ones amongst you who will be truly happy are those who have sought and found how to serve. So I've distilled it to three F's: friends, forgiveness, for others. But the fourth one begins with G. And interestingly, it's not God. You know it. It's gratitude.
So listen, thank you so much for coming in with this one with me today. This one was a little bit more philosophical, but part of enjoying the fruits of your labor and part of enjoying money and life is your mindset. I will always tell you that, and I will always remind you that in every single Let's Talk Money show, because it's important. Because remember what 50 Cent said, man. It's true. Okay, guys, so listen, subscribe on your way out. Give me a thumbs up, please. And of course, if you want to book a session with me, get me over on askanolderman.com. Okay, so until next time, remember, whenever in doubt, always ask an older man. I'll see you soon. Cheers.